Sarah, and I'm here to talk to you about the element
Chlorine!
and that's Erin.
Chlorine is one of the coolest elements out there with many uses.
The element chlorine was first discovered in 1774 by Carl Scheele in Uppsala, Sweden. Scheele, a Swedish chemist, made this discovery by collecting gas released from a reaction of spiritus salis and pyrolusite.
He observed that the gas had a potent smell, gave water an acidic taste, the air in it turned a yellowish color, it was highly reactive, and had bleaching qualities.
Scheele then wrongly concluded that the gas was a muriatic acid and contained oxygen. Therefore, it was not an element. In 1811, Sir Humphrey Davy discovered that the gas was an element and named it chlorine. The word chlorine comes from the Greek word chloris, which means pale green.
The symbol for chlorine is Cl. Its atomic number is 17 and it has an atomic mass of 35.4527 AMU. It has 17 protons and 18 neutrons in the nucleus. Cl has 3 orbitals with 2 electrons in the first orbital, 8 electrons in the second, and 7 electrons in the valence orbital, for a total of 17 electrons.
Chlorine is located in the 3rd period and 17th group of the modern periodic table. Group 17 is also known as the halogens. Due to chlorine's location on the periodic table, it has a high ionization energy, high electron affinity, and a high electronegativity of 3.16. It is also part of the p block and it is a non-metal.
Chlorine is very reactive because it almost has a full valence shell, so it will bond with most elements. It is most commonly found bonded with sodium to produce sodium chloride or salt. Chlorine is extracted from chlorides through electrolysis and is never found free in nature.
Chlorine is a yellowish-green gas with a suffocatingly strong smell. It is an irritating gas. It is approximately 2.5 times as heavy as air and is a gas at room temperature. Chlorine's melting point is negative 101 degrees Celsius, and its boiling point is negative 35 degrees Celsius. Chlorine's density at 20 degrees Celsius is 3.214 grams per cubic centimeter. Chlorine has a radius of 0.127 nanometers.
Chlorine has 4 isotopes, but the 3 main isotopes are Cl35, Cl36, and Cl37. Cl35 and Cl37 are both stable.
Chlorine forms different polyatomics, such as chlorate, perchlorate, chlorite, and hypochlorite. There are also 4 different oxyacids for chlorine: hypochlorous acid, chlorous acid, chloric acid, and perchloric acid. The most common ion for chlorine is Cl-1, because chlorine tends to gain an electron when bonding with other atoms.
Chlorine gas is always found in its diatomic form, Cl2. Chlorine is used in many everyday products. We use chlorine in bleaches, mustard gas, water purification, paper production, antiseptics, insecticides, paint, plastics, medicines, refrigerants, and most commonly known as a product used in swimming pools. Chlorine was first used as a weapon in World War I in the Battle of Ypres. It was spread over the enemy trenches by the Germans to catch them off guard. It was not a very effective weapon because the soldiers could breathe through a cloth and remain unaffected.
Chlorine is a gas that, when inhaled, irritates the respiratory system. It is a toxic gas. Since chlorine has oxidizing power, when inhaled, it can react with the water in cells to produce hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid, which when built up in the lungs causes the person to drown in their own fluid. Chlorine irritates the skin and eyes as well. Chlorine can cause damage to the environment, even in low doses. It is especially dangerous to living things in water and soil. It is corrosive in solution.
Fun fact! 1.9% of the mass of seawater on this planet is made up of chloride ions. Sodium chloride, or rock salt, has been in use for over 5,000 years.
Well, that's all we have for today, folks. Hope you learned something new about the first, tall, and illest element known to mankind.
Chlorine!